Yes.
There you go. Yeah, you are. Man, nice dancing poles, huh? Interesting. I am Lyn-Dee Eldridge, and you know what? I built this business on a contagious act. As a matter of fact, I got something when I entered this boat, and it's really contagious, and I hope that you all catch it. It's called Rest a Lot BB. I rest a lot, baby. And it's crazy. It's like my bed rocks, and I am sleeping like a baby. You all sleeping like babies on this cruise? This is awesome. So, you know, Mark and I, when I woke up, he was reading a book, and I woke up, I'm like, well, what time is it? And he's like, my God, I don't know. And I said, well, it's 5:15 and we're late. I got that disease, you know, that rocka, bye, baby, baby, baby. And I really like that. So anyway, how do you build a business? Be contagious. Be happily contagious. How's that? Okay. You know, do people want to be around people that are contagiously happy or contagiously grumpy?
Happy.
When you meet people, are you smiling all the time? It's amazing. When Mark and I came on this cruise, you know, I say hello to everybody. Everybody, for some reason or another, no matter what they're doing, they came on a cruise to have a good time, but yet they still walk with their head in the sand, and they're all looking down, and they're trying to find their room. I don't know how they're finding the room on the ground. Yeah. You know, and here I am, I'll go up to them, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, good. Or sometimes in a different language. And I have no idea what they just said, if they just cursed me out or whatever, but I get them to smile and it's all good. I love to compliment people. I think people are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. That top looks great on you. Wow, that lanyard, perfect color on you. Smile, I like it. You know, become contagious. Become where people want to be around you. You know, my business grew not because I'm different than anybody else. When I got started in this industry, it was 15 years ago. It was before I met my wonderful husband. I met him in this industry. But I want to tell you, busy is busy. And sometimes busy is really, really great. And has anybody ever heard the expression, ignorance on fire, knowledge on ice? That was me when I got started, okay? I owned a pet store, I owned a hair salon, and I was a single mom. I worked 7 days a week, 16 hours a day. Gentleman comes into my pet store, he was a customer of mine, and you know what? I could not afford to lose any customers. How many of you own a business? How many of you realize that if you don't have customers, you don't have a business? Yeah. So I knew the value of keeping my customer. He came in with what he was selling. And I listened, and I thought it was the biggest scam out there, but I couldn't lose a customer. So I said to him, Alex, if I get this and I don't like it, can I cancel it? He said yes. And I said, will you still remain a customer of mine? And he said yes. And I got it, and I used it, and I loved it. And I used it again because I thought it was still a scam. I thought I was the only customer he had. Little did I know, I fell in love with the product so much that I became an associate with the company. And I worked at extremely part-time spare time. Ignorance on fire. I had no clue, except I knew that product worked. And if you love something, do you not tell everybody about it? If you don't like something, do you tell everybody about it? Is your opinion worth something? Obviously. I love the product so much that I told you about it. I told you about it. I told you about it. And whether you got it or not wasn't up to me. And I knew that I was not the message. I was the messenger. I've got something. Make sure that whatever you do in your business is duplicatable. And make sure that your ego isn't so big that you're not willing to learn something new from the people that know exactly how to do it. That was easy for me. I had absolutely no time. I had no choice but to follow a duplicated system. And I had no choice but to believe in the gentleman who brought me into the business, who I felt was an amazing mentor, who ended up being trained by my husband, who I didn't even know. How lucky am I? It's funny how you attract your inner circle, isn't it? Yeah. Okay? If you're doom and gloom, guess what you attract? Doom and gloom. Go stick your head and put it, man, because that's all it is. And it's sugarless. It ain't even sweet. And I'm not about to try to convince you to come over to my pudding pie to have sweet. Because I also get to choose who to work with. You all with us? Yeah. So with that being said, my business grew. It had nothing to do with me. But maybe it was because I smiled a lot at people. Maybe I complimented them in the grocery store when I was at the grocery store. Maybe I complimented them at the gas station. Do you realize that I used to pull into a gas station, put the pump in my car, even if I didn't need gas, just to be able to meet somebody new next to me and say, man, that's a nice car. My friend is thinking of getting this car. Do you like it? Can you give me your opinion? Well, sure, everybody likes to give their opinion. And all of a sudden, a new person entered my life. I got to communicate with them, and in 2 minutes, I got their name because I said to them, you know what? I'm a recruiter for a company, and they're looking for sharp people like you. Do you wish you had more cash? They're going to say no? Because if you do, I'm glad you're honest. Because obviously you know who I'm looking for. But that's never happened to me. So I get to ask people, man, you're really, really sharp. I'll tell you what, write my name down, and I'll spell it for you. Lyn-Dee. And the last name is Eldridge, Eldridge. Look up on YouTube. And you're going to see some videos of me in action prospecting. I do what's called drive-bys, where I don't even get out of my car, but I get people to come to me. How's that? It's fun. People say, how do you meet so many people a day? Because I do drive-bys. I don't even get out of my car. I don't have time for that. So I drive by. I'm in the mall parking lot. I know exactly where I am because I live there, but I act like I'm lost. Excuse me, ma'am, she's walking, right? Now, I also make sure that I never prospect anybody that's going into a store, into a mall, because guess where my information's going if it does? In the trash. But if they're coming out, where are they going? And if my card gets lost in their car when they're cleaning it in a year, they're going to find my car. They're going to say, I remember that nut. I'm going to call her. Okay? All little tricks of mine, right? So here I am, I'm driving by, and I look at you, and I'm like, excuse me, miss?
Yes.
Can you come over here for a second?
Sure.
She's walking to me. I'm lost. Can you tell me where so-and-so is?
Sure.
And she does. And I'm like, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Can I ask you something? Do you ever wish you had more cash?
Absolutely.
I'm looking for you. Can I give you some information? Grab your name and number, and I'll give you a call back.
Sure.
And I'll call you back when? Tomorrow at what time?
About 2 o'clock.
So tomorrow at 2 o'clock? And your phone number?
253.
970?
7252.
7253? 52. She corrected me. I now know that she also gave me the right phone number. I have no time to waste. I have absolutely no time to waste. Okay? How I build my business is I follow the system, and that's what I encourage each and every one of you to do. Follow the system. Have fun. Smile. Love people. Be happy. Be contagious. And enjoy the rock of this ship. Sleep well, because when you get home, you got more people to smile at. And the last thing that I'll leave you with is that there was a man and woman at a park. And the dog was howling. Oh! 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 In pain. And somebody walked by and said, ma'am, mister, don't you see your dog is in pain? And the guy looks down and says, that dog's not in any pain, but he's howling and he's crying. He's sitting on a nail, the guy said. And if he gets uncomfortable enough, he'll get up and he'll walk away. How many of you are still sitting on a nail?